Woo. What is up, everybody? Man, that was a fantastic. Excuse me there. The place didn't even had on this shirt. Yeah, get up a little closer, maybe, so you can't see the shirt. I just put something on because the other shirt was whatever. But hey, what's up, everybody? Your boy J Trip here, and we are talking about TLC 2018. It just ended. We're gonna go through, talk about the highlights and the lowlights. There was a couple of lowlights, but man, this was really incredible. And right now we've got two ladies, we've got three ladies who are in particularly just at their peak right now, and one of them shouldn't even be at his peak because she's she's a rookie, but it is somebody fast. But let's go back all the way to the pre-show. Start from the beginning. We'll get to that final one at the end. But let's go back and go to the pre-show. We had the cruiserweight match on the line. Buddy Murphy versus Cedric Alexander. This was a rematch from the Super Showdown where Cedric Alexander lost his title. They said on commentary that they wanted that Drake Maverick, the GM of 205 Live, wanted Cedric Alexander to cool his jets, clear his head before he got his rematch, and that's what he did. Because obviously there's been a couple of matches beforehand that Buddy Murphy has had, and it was good. It was good. Once again, I think this one was definitely not as good as the one that they had at Super Showdown, but this one was pretty darn good. I had it at 3.25 stars. Once again, I think they're learning. I think they're learning. The cruiserweight match should be on first. That gets everybody into it. This is what the stuff they do that gets everybody hyped for what's coming on later on tonight. So that's a good spot by them putting these guys on in first. Even though it was a pre-show, even though it was a pre-show, I think they did very, very good. Next we had Elias versus Lashley. Which, by the way, can I say, there are 12 matches. And I talked about this in my That the Shoot video that dropped Friday. There were 12 matches. I didn't know how they were going to do 12 matches. They did 12 matches with one not really being a match. But they did 12 matches, which is actually incredible. But they really, again, they shouldn't be trying to do 12 matches. At the most, they should try to do, on or at least on the main show. On the main show, they should at least try to do at the very most 9. Now, if you want to do matches on the show, I guess that way you could do 12 that way. You can do 12 matches that way by the pre-hour show. But this was a 1 hour pre-game show. This wasn't a 2 hour pre-game show. But as you have like the big ones. But yeah, this one was Elias versus Lashley. I thought it was pretty good. It was a guitar match, and the guitar was a ladder match with the guitar hanging up. Whoever went up there run the guitar won. And Elias won the match, but Lashley, that dastardly deal, he got the guitar afterwards and he broke it over the back of Elias. So I'm going to say that this feud probably will continue on. I say it's probably going to continue on for the next couple of months, and it'll probably go to maybe the chamber match. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll see what happens for Royal Rumble and things like that. They could be at the Royal Rumble. I don't know. I had it at 3 stars though. It was very entertaining. So then we kicked off the main show with the finals of the Mixed Match Challenge. I apologize for yawning, y'all. I've not been getting a lot of good sleep. Some intentionally, some not intentionally, because I have a flight tomorrow, and I kind of want to sleep on the flight. So, yeah. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. But yeah, so we had so that's why I'm yawning, and I apologize for it. The mismatch challenge final, we had Alicia Fox and Jinder Mahal going up against Carmella and R-Truth. And this one was it was more serious because it was on the pay-per-view show, but there was some bits in there from the that you would normally see on a mismatch challenge show, dance offs and a lot of talking and moonwalking and showboating and things like that. So, but we finished up with Carmella beating Alicia Fox, getting the thing with the code of silence, and winning. So I was getting afterwards. They said, "Where were you going to go for the trip?" They already get the number 30 spot in the Royal Rumble, and then they said, "Well, where are we going to get where are you going to go for vacation?" And R-Truth goes, "Beautiful Stamford, Connecticut, the WWE headquarters." Oh Lord, I can just I can see them now running skits about them going to Stamford, Connecticut. Oh my goodness. So we'll see. There's been some theories that possibly both Carmella and R-Truth may not actually be the 30th entrant. We may have it. They may get jumped, and then somebody else would come into it. But I don't know. I just think that because you would probably want like a surprise, right? For number 30th entrant, you want a surprise. A lot of people are hoping that Kenny Omega is going to be coming. I think I heard somewhere where Kenny Omega contract does not end before it doesn't end before the Rumble. It ends afterwards in February. So if he was going to do something with WWE, it would have to be then. So I don't think you're going to see like a Kenny Omega type. Other people have turned them down. So this is perfectly okay. There's no need for there to be a surprise this year. You can have a surprise every year. As long as it's just a good, well thought out Royal Rumble with a kind of respectable winner. Now, if R-Truth wins the thing, then I think a lot of us will go, "What the hell are you doing?" But we'll just have to wait and see. So I had no problem with R-Truth or Carmella getting the 30th spot. The Women's Rumble is going to be a little bit more different, I think, because they don't have 30 women on the main roster. So we know women from NXT are going to be there. Are they going to bring back last year? Now, there were a lot of people who did not participate in this year's Rumble. Eve Torres didn't compete. Candice Michelle didn't compete. There were a lot of others that did not compete in the first Women's Rumble. So they can still come back and compete. Karma, a.k.a. Awesome Kong. So there's still women that can come back and be surprises. But I'm willing to see how they're going to do it. So if Carmella were to get quote-unquote knocked out and replaced by somebody, I can totally see that. Especially after what has happened in the main event. I can definitely see somebody I can definitely see somebody like Becky Lynch getting her rematch at Rumble, losing to Asuka, and then hitting the Royal Rumble, right? You can see that too, can't you? So I'm okay with that. And like I've said before, tag wrestling is so formulaic that even when it's bad, it's good. 2 3/4 stars, and that's not bad. That's average. That's just average. But really, when it's down, you get heat on the good guy. You make the hot tag. Bada bing, bada boom, you win, right? So that's what this was. I have no problem with it. The next match was for the SmackDown tag titles. This was the triple threat match between the Usos, the New Day, and the Bar. And I know a lot of people wanted this to have a type of a stipulation with it, but I don't think this needed that, because we were already going to have the TLC match with the women, and we were already going to have a TLC match with Strowman and Corbin. We didn't need another TLC match. that might have been taking it too far. And then maybe you say, okay, so why give them the latter portion, right, of the TLC matches? Give them the ladder match, and don't give that to Elias and Lashley. But I also think, and I think I have to wonder, Sheamus, once you may remember, Sheamus earlier in the year, he was diagnosed with that spine injury. I don't even know if Sheamus can maybe take those type of bumps. So, it was probably better off that this was just what it was, and it was fantastic. I rated it 4 stars. I thought it was great strategy. Keeping the Usos out of the match. And what this does, it sets up the Bar versus the Usos, because the Bar are kind of like scared of the Usos now, right? They were so scared they didn't want them to get in the match because they were afraid they were going to win. So I liked that. That was great storytelling on their part. Of course, the action's fantabulous. Let's face it, guys. The Usos, the New Day, the Bar, they do set the bar, and they have. And it's just, they're the best that they have. And it's almost kind of very weird that they're on the same show. Because the Raw tag teams, I bet you the Revival could be good if given a chance. I watched the match with DIY, several years ago. That was fantastic. The 2 out of 3 falls match. So I know the Revival can go. They just need a chance. So it's one of those reasons why I'm not a fan of the split titles. Because if you had a tag champion that could travel, then the Bar could face the Revival, or the Usos could face the Revival. So, but that's for another day. Best spot, I think, of the night was they went a little farther with Xavier Woods' elbow drop. He jumped because usually he walks, a couple steps and then jumps forward. He actually, I don't even think he walked. He just from the corner jumped 3/4 of the ring and hit Cesaro, I believe it was, with the elbow. So great job by all 3 guys in the ring and all 6 guys in the ring. They did an excellent job. The next match we're talking about Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman. And let me say this: I think a lot of us were wondering how they were going to do this, right? What were they going to do with this, and how were they going to work around the injury to Braun Strowman? And they came up with a fantastic one. They came up, Baron Corbin came out there, Braun Strowman came down, got on the mic, and he said, "You guys, you forget that TLC matches are no disqualification. So if I wanted to have help, I could." And he got help. He had help from everybody Baron Corbin has been screwing over: Apollo Crews, Finn Balor, Heath Slater, the referee, the tag champions, Buck Rude and Gable. They were out there and they beat him down with chairs. Baron ran away. Here came Kurt Angle with his chair, and it was just fantastic. And Braun Strowman wins. So now Braun Strowman does get his opportunity to face Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. So we'll see what happens there. Now the rumors are that they're looking for Brock versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Who knows if that's going to be for the title, because they could easily still put the title on it and still do the whole Brock versus Rollins thing. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that, and there's still the possibility, maybe like any possibility of there being the Brock versus Rock match, which I kind of like. What? What? As much as I would like to see The Rock come back for one last match so that we can say thank you, I almost don't want to see it, really. So, and there are rumors about him being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame later this year, so later next year. So we'll all have to wait and see on that. But yeah, I love the way that came out of this. This was not. Well, it was a match, and it was a 1-star match, but it was mainly a segment to move along the storyline, and I loved it. I enjoyed it, and I think sometimes and that's so creative. To me, that's what they need to do more. They need to be more creative in that sense. Not trying to, come out there with Bobby Lashley's sisters or Bailey, this is your life stuff. They don't need to be creative like that. They need to be creative in a way to work around, situations and people's, people's weaknesses, things like that. That's what they need to do. So once again, Braun Strowman goes on to face Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble, and Baron Corbin will not be the permanent general manager. We will see tomorrow night on Raw what happens. What happens? Vince McMahon is supposed to make his way down to the ring, so hopefully that starts off. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not anything crazy. So I was watching that What Culture Wrestling video where they were talking about it's going to be like a reset. Really? The reset? There needs to be a reset. This is this is a WCW bad where they did a full reset and they had like the Millionaires Club and everything like that versus everybody else. There's no need for that type of reset. There just needs to be like a at least it hasn't gotten that bad, at least in my eyes. So I'm really interested to see what's going to happen tomorrow. Next match was Ruby Riott versus Natalya. And again, I thought this was fantastic. I thought this was a way. This is basic wrestling storytelling at its finest. This is just the bad guy doing something bad just because they can, and the good guy getting in this case her, getting her revenge on the bad guy. And I think this was fantastic, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. I thought, Jesus Christ, what the hell is going on with my left pinky thumb is left pinky thumb. My left pinky finger is going crazy. I don't know. Yeah, so but yeah, it was just fantastic. I love the way they set it up. They had it where they got rid of Liv Morgan and they got rid of Sarah Logan pretty quickly, so it would be just one-on-one, and it was awesome. And then Natalya brings out a table with a picture of Ruby Riott on it, and she puts Ruby Riott through that table, and it's done. It's over with. Natalya put on her father's jacket, put on some glasses, like her father, and won. And it's sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes I just said sometimes you need to do creative stories like that one with Corbin and Strowman. Sometimes like with Ruby and Natty, the basics are the best. Bad guy does something bad. Good guy gets revenge. Good guy walks out on top. Right? That's all you need. However, let's get real, right? If it ain't tomorrow, next week, Natalya gonna face Ruby Riott in another match, a rematch. Yeah, that's because again, this is the Rioters who don't know how to get creative with very little. So we'll see that match, if not tomorrow, next week as a rematch. That's just how it is. But tonight it was really good. I enjoyed it. 3 1/4 star for the Ruby Riott Natalia tables match. Fantastic. Fantastic. Next we had Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre. And there was some talk that that Finn Balor was sick with illness, that he would not make it. He did make it. And this was so-so for me. This was so-so for me. I had it at 3 stars. I was actually very interested to figure out what went down. Now, here's what I don't want to do. I don't want to overreact and say that, they are, I don't say that they are burying Drew McIntyre or they have given up on Drew McIntyre. I don't think so. I think Drew McIntyre still has a big, great future in the WWE. But they are doing something with Ziggler and Balor. They're going to involve Drew McIntyre, and it might be a triple threat match. So, but Balor won with, like I said, with the help of Ziggler. It was 3 stars. So, another reason for, we have so many matches like this. Another reason why you shouldn't have them, because when you have something like Finn Balor and Drew McIntyre, these are guys that could pull off a full Monty. They can pull off a 5-star match. But, because of the abruptness that needed to be, there's only 3 stars. So, but whatever. Next match was Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton in a chairs match. And again, this was what it was, I thought that this was a little bit more methodical. Than it probably needed to be. There really wasn't a story being told, and at least from my period, there was no story being told. It wasn't that, it was really just, hey, we got 2 guys who want to beat each other up with chairs. That's what it kind of felt like. So, not big of a story, not really anything spectacular. There's also 3 stars, so hey, give them credit. It was what it was. So next, we had the Raw Women's Championship match between Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey. And again, like I said earlier, Ronda Rousey is just she really is like on the top. She really is on the top of her stuff. And for a rookie, that's amazing. She has worked 2 times with Nia Jax now. And in my opinion, she's given Nia Jax both her best matches on the main roster. She's done that both. The one at Money in the Bank I thought was very executed well, and I know tonight one was really, really good, really, really good. I just, it's amazing. I put it on Twitter. Rousey and Jax is like Vader versus Sting. They just work well together. Big guy versus small guy. They really just work well together. So, that was good for them. So, and Ronda's getting better. She's putting more into her arsenal. Now has a step-up knee and a step-up elbow. A step-up elbow shot. So, yeah. So she's getting a lot better. And I don't know. I don't know how long she's going to last. I don't know, because she has mentioned time and again that she wants to be a mother. So at some point she's gonna do like the Brie Bella thing, and take off and have a couple babies or 2. So right now I'm enjoying her. I'm watching her do some fantastic stuff, and so we'll see what happens with that. The match was 3.5 stars. I just thought it was incredible. I love the part at the end where she kisses the face breaker. and then breaks it and brings the arm back. Just awesome. Awesomely done. The next match was the WWE Championship match between AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. This one I thought was really good too. Some great stuff going on by them. I think around this point is when the crowd was really starting to peter out. I really think it was at this point starting to peter out, and it affects the next match. But we'll get to that in a second. But they were starting to peter out because they were I don't think they were too amped for this one, but they did some great stuff in this match. AJ, again told a great story, and I love the ending. I love the ending. It didn't end with it ended with a roll up. More matches need to end with, like I said, more pay-per-view matches. There's no need for the kick out, for the big move, kick out, big move, kick out, big move, kick out stuff. I mean, that's old. It's tired, and it doesn't. It kind of doesn't work. It just makes wrestling look even worse. So we didn't have a lot of that tonight. We didn't have a lot of that tonight. A finisher finished the match in most of those matches, or it was done with a roll up or something like that. So and that's the way it should be. And the finisher, did not come into effect, but it ended with a roll up, and it was good. And you know what it was? You know what it was? Dan Bryan really didn't cheat to win. He didn't cheat to win. He just won. So, for me, that's really, really good. So I'm can't wait to see what they're gonna do. Look, I tried to hold it back. I really did. I really can't wait to see what they're gonna do with Daniel Bryan upcoming now, and because there's no controversy, so there isn't really a reason for AJ Styles to get another shot at the WWE Championship. There really isn't, but we will see. We'll see where that goes. But good on them. Fantastic match. 4.25 star for the WWE Championship match. The next match was the Intercontinental Championship match between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, which I had forgot about. I was counting. Then I was saying, okay, we've got 10 matches. There's supposed to be 12. We got the main event is going to be the TLC SmackDown Women's match. So wasn't that? And wow, Rollins and Ambrose. Wow. So, and listen, I know what they were going for here. Again, yeah, they weren't looking to. Yeah, the story they weren't looking wasn't to be a something pretty and glamorous. This was to be a fight. This is going to be a fight. This will be, and back in the days, maybe back in the day, this would have been, this would have been a lot different. This maybe would have been a little blood, and maybe this would have been some chair shots, maybe a ref bump, something like that, but not in this day and age of WWE. It's not that, This was a fight, and I think it might have turned off the crowd for a little bit. Either that or the crowd was just being a dick. Because this match, I wouldn't necessarily say it was boring. They changed this, but I wouldn't say this is boring. But this was just, it was very slow and very methodical, and that can be good too. It's supposed to be a fight. It's not supposed to be anything crisp and all moves crisp and everything like that. It should have been a fight. That's what a fight would be. So, that's what this was. Dean Ambrose walks out with the Intercontinental Championship. Another thing about this match was that this seemingly was really, really about Renee Young, and I'm not sure what the hell is going on here, because you know, the last few weeks they've been bringing her in particular Corey Graves have been bringing her into the storyline, asking her what does she know and things like that, and she's getting flabbergasted about it. And her and Graves seem to be having this type of go back and forth about it. And at one point she was almost sounding kind of healed, like she was as a wife, maybe as she would, right? She was just saying, she kind of, making excuses for him, making that, the reason why he is the way he is, and what he's been through and over the last year or so to figure out that's why, you know. So I really at one point thought maybe she was going to get involved and she was going to turn heel herself. That did not happen. But yeah. So Rams and Eagles going down to the final seconds. 7-point lead. My Bears went to North. So yeah, I'm sure they'll probably do this again at the Royal Rumble, and hopefully the Phoenix crowd will be a little bit more forgiving to them for what they're trying to do, in the story that they're trying to tell with them. So, yeah, so that's it. I had it at 3.5 stars. I didn't think it was. I thought it was slow. I thought it was slow, methodical, but good. 3.5 stars. And now to the coup de grace, the main event, the SmackDown Women's Championship. I was trying to figure out they could go so many ways. I kind of hypothesized that one of the ways they could go was they could keep the title on Becky, and then have Charlotte win the Rumble. Charlotte would go on to face Ronda, things like that. And then I also thought that there was a way that maybe Charlotte would win, and then Becky and Nia Jax would do something. Then, of course, I knew that opportunity that Asuka was probably going to win. But I like the way they went there. They had Ronda Rousey call Charlotte and Becky the match. Asuka wins. So now both Charlotte and Becky have a reason to go after Ronda. And again, like I said, I'm not sure what's going to happen at the Rumble or the Royal Rumble. My first guess is that it would be a rematch between Becky Lynch and Asuka. Nia Jax would cost Becky Lynch the match in some form or fashion, right? Then Becky Lynch would come back. She would take out Carmella, right? In the at the 30 spot, she would jump in and then she would win it. Possibly, I'm not sure. But they are setting us up for one or two matches. I just don't think it's just going to be Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch. It's either going to be Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair, like it was supposed to be for years. Don't forget, guys. As soon as Brock Lesnar won the Universal title from Goldberg, it was set in stone. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. And with everything that happened that past year, what was it at WrestleMania? Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. And then there was a rumor that it was supposed to be Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair. And with everything that's going on, with this new thing with Becky Lynch jumping in, right? And Nia Jax breaking her face. And all of this stuff. And everything getting behind Becky Lynch. Let's not be surprised if it's Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 35 in the main event. Let's not be surprised by it. Let's also not be surprised if they go the triple threat route. If it's not Ronda versus Charlotte versus Becky in the main event for the triple threat match, that's something cool. That's something cool. That's something that could be, that can be, that could almost be the way where you could take the title off Ronda without her, without her losing it. So she would technically still be undefeated, but no longer be champion. You would probably give it to Becky. She probably would make, she probably beat Charlotte Flair, but anything like that. I just don't think it's just going to be just Becky and Ronda in the main event. So, anyway, back to this match really quick. I had it at 4 3/4 stars. I thought it was so good. The women are so close, at least by my standards, of getting that 5-star classic. They really are. They are coming so close each and every time. It's this Ronda and Charlotte match at Survivor Series, and then there was that, of course, the last woman standing match at Evolution. They're getting closer and closer, and and when it happens, it's just going to be glorious. It's going to be glorious. Obviously, the craziest spot in the match, I think, is when Becky puts Charlotte and Asuka on the table. She goes to the top, jumps off. Asuka moves. She lands on Charlotte. Table doesn't give. So Charlotte takes it full force in her chest, in her rib section, and it's your first instant is like everybody. Graves said it, Tonga said it, I saw it. She's broken her ribs. That's what it was, because she literally hit full force, took it full force in the ribs. Now she's probably these are all well conditioned athletes, so they probably and they all do that thing that they catch you catch it. That's the little trick if you guys didn't know. They put their arms out and kind of catch the person so that they don't take it full force on the ribs. And of course the women, they have the things, so you don't want to, if you're Charlotte, you don't want to pop another implant, or if you were natural like I'm thinking Becky or thing is, you don't want that to rupture, and then later on you can't, if you want to have a children, you can't feed your child. So you catch it. So and Charlotte was like this. She did catch it, but still full force into the ribs. Man, that was just something special. So yeah, a lot of great spots. Great man. Very interesting that when at the very beginning when Asuka powerbombs Charlotte, she tries to powerbomb through the table. She mistimes it, and the bottom of the table breaks, and the table was still standing up there. I was almost like, I was starting to think, was that on purpose? Is that going to come back? Later on in the match, it didn't, but I thought that. So there was fantastic by all three women. Ronda Rousey getting involved in the match was pretty nice too. 4 3/4 stars for the SmackDown Women's Champion. We have a new one. Her name is Asuka. So that's it, y'all. That was TLC 2018. I thought this was a pretty good show. We had 3 4-star plus matches. The SmackDown Tag Team match, the WWE Championship match, and then, of course, the TLC match at the end. Everything else was good. Nothing was bad. Even like the Corbin Strowman stuff, even though I gave it a 1 star, wasn't bad. It was a great segment altogether. So, and I love the creativeness that they came with that. So I enjoyed the heck out of it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, let you know I am getting ready to go on vacation. This was my last video, at least the last video before I go to vacation. You guys are gonna. I have 9. I think I have 9 videos for you guys in the next couple weeks. So make sure, again, you click the notification bell so you don't miss them. Also, I have my WWE awards videos I'm giving out. I'm giving out things like Wrestler of the Year Male, Wrestler of the Year Female, Match of the Year, Rivalry of the Year, Tag Team of the Year, Moment of the Year, Most Improved Wrestler of the Year. You know, all those awards. So you're definitely gonna want to be here for that, and it's gonna be a great time. So I'm gonna have fun. If something happens, I will pop up and I'll live stream or something like that. But the next time you should see me should be on December 31st. I will be back from my vacation, and I'm going to, in the morning, in the morning, afternoon, whatever you call it, I'm going to be doing I'm going to find me a 1 hour, Try Not to Laugh for number 100, and I'm going to do a 1 hour live stream of that one. You're not going to want to miss that. That's going to be incredible, I think. And then later on that night, I'm going to ring in the new year with you live. We're here live from Chicago. So, and I think also we may also talk about some of the things I want to, some of the things I've been going through. I've made mention of it from here, from there, you know, with my hands and everything like that. But I want to get more into it, and also I want to talk about some of the things that I want to do with my channel and other content creation aspects in the future. And if I could be able to hang on and do those things, something what might need to change, what may not need to change. So we may do a lot of talking that night after we ring in the new year. So that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJ Tripp signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there, and I am out.